So, welcome to the video. Now, to get on to the topic that I had in mind, I think taking care of yourself is a very, very, very important thing to do, whether that be physically, mentally, etc. And I think something I've been generally lacking on this past, I don't know, month or two is actually taking care of myself mentally. Alright? It's something that I've just been thinking about the past few days. Something that just got brought up a few moments before recording this and was actually the motivation or muse, I guess I could say, to making this video was the whole process of, whether you're dating or you got friends or, a family member or whatever, somebody that say you're very, very attached to, and like you don't want to let them go by any means. Like you'll do practically anything to keep a hold on to them. Now, it's always a shit thing because the slightest thing they do, wrong in your eyes, or like start acting like they're ignoring you when they're, continuing their life and worrying about themselves as they should be. They're their own person. It makes you feel like they didn't give a shit about you, and then you start being insecure, you start questioning yourself, you start overthinking everything, and it ends up just being a mess, honestly. Just you're sitting there all up in your own feels, not knowing what to do with yourself. And to get back on track, the inspiration to this was I saw a video of a guy talking about how he finally understood why he got so attached to friends, uh, romantic interests, girlfriends, etc. And why he kept putting everything onto those relationships, like all his energy, and getting so super attached. It was all because he had a parent leave him uh, during his child when he was 6 years old, which finally made some clarity to me. I've never had that personally. I have two loving parents, and I genuinely love them to death. They can be annoying, of course, but I genuinely love them. They're doing what's best for me, or what they can do. It's best for me. But my situation was constantly moving around as a child. I never stayed in the same place for longer than a few years, really. Like, I think the longest place I've stayed at was like 3 or 4 years. This place that I'm living at right now, it has been the longest I've ever lived in a home. And most of the time, I never owned that shit. It was all just rented or, uh, it was an apartment, so I guess technically still renting, but, different aspect. But I never had friends that were there and around me, you know, like most kids did. I never went to public school or like any private school or anything like that. I was homeschooled for all my life. So I never had those constant friendships, I guess I should say. Uh, and I completely understood when that guy was like, this is why I get so attached. It kind of was like a holy shit moment. Like, holy shit, he's right. Like, I related to that, and I felt that on, I guess an emotional level, I guess I should say. But I don't know. Introspection is a fun thing sometimes. Sometimes it's the worst demon, sometimes it's an angelic creature. Who knows? Anyways, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.